Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I am back with a share. I had shared with you all of my planners, and one of the planner we just kept having a problem with. Like they accidentally delivered not the January through the, I think it's April, um, uh, portion, and they sent me two of the May through, yeah, you know how this goes, May through August, I think is what it was. Um, so they resent me one, and then the postal service said they sent it back. Well, okay, I called the post office. Yes, there was a problem, blah, blah, blah. Got that. So then I recontacted them and said, hey, this is coming back to you. Is there any way you could, send it by ground? And then today, when I went to go get go to the post office, which I've been trying to call them for a week, and been calling them to go get my mail, because I call ahead. And no answer. So finally today, I just drove over and they had told me honk the horn, so I went ahead and honked my horn, and somebody came out. I was embarrassed, but it was what I was told to do. Oddly enough, it worked. So come to find out, they not only did they deliver the one replacement in the mail, and somebody had gone in and marked out the P.O. box and only left the physical address. And there's a whole thing behind that. And then they then resent me another 3 calendars for another full year set of calendars. So I've written them. I've reached back out to say, do you want me to send these back? What do you want me to do? Etc. So anyways, but I'm thrilled to finally have a calendar. It's January 13th. It arrived at the post office yesterday, or, in the last delivery. I wasn't even sure I would get it due to what they were doing in the post office. And I think it had to do with one carrier. And clearly the postmaster stepped in and the supervisor, because, when I spoke to the supervisor, I did get a hold of her Saturday right before they closed. So she was very sweet. So I'm here to just share with you some homemaking things that are really what this whole planner is about. And hold on, I'm trying to get one more thing out. Oh, it's not there. Okay, I know where it is. All right. I will wait and save that for another video. Anyways, so I've shared this with you. This is Pioneer Woman. This is on the menu, and you have a shopping list, and I can't remember if this is perforated. Yes, it is. It's slightly perforated, so you can plan your week out, and then you can make your grocery list. Plan your week out, you make your grocery list. I think it's wonderful. I am not keeping the planner. It's too much space. I'm giving it as a gift, and it worked out fine. So, and I'm deliberating whether I'm going to keep this or give it as well, but we'll see. Then I also have this, which I've shared with you guys, the Farmhouse Planner, and I use that for our family just to keep out and open for everybody to see things. I had deliberated, do I want to use this one or do I want to use another one? I decided to go ahead and use this one. This one is a really good planner. I don't even know where I ordered this from. I ordered it online. So I'm going to have to go back, check my records, and make sure that next year I am on that list. So it's for homesteading and homemaking. This is a very nice calendar. Okay, now I also am a big fan of Jordan Page, and I'm going to be going through a couple of her boot camps, and I also picked up her Focused in 2022. So I am using this in a personal way to work through. So every month she has a challenge, something for you to work through, and I hate to say it, I'm so cheap. I could literally just put another calendar on top of it next year and do it again. You know what I mean? Probably won't, because you'll want to support her, but excellent tool for helping you get refocused in your home, your finances, your personal health, everything. This is an excellent tool. Okay, I've shared that. Now, so I put in here the copy that the gentleman very kindly sent me a link just for January, and then the setup. So I got it all printed out and got it in here, and sure enough, yeah, you know what happened, right? It showed up. But the other part of this that I kind of use this, cardboard to separate is all the Fly Lady. It's her control journal. It's all of that. So I love this. If you don't know who the Fly Lady is, she is a lady who teaches how to take care of yourself, take care of your home, take care of what is important. She's a Christian, and so, of course, I love that. And I find that a lot of people adapt her thinking and what they're doing on YouTube. So, or they just flat subscribe to it. She works in zones throughout the home, like entryway, front porch, and dining room may be a zone. And I'm not really that familiar with the zones yet, but yeah, I mean, they're great. And you only work on that zone. You know what I mean? And then you lightly pick up throughout the house for 15 minutes in the morning and the evening. Works out perfect. We are at the point where we still are doing major organization. Yesterday, they brought in my oven and stove. It was quite a mishigosh. We had just crazy, crazy, crazy. We had the delivery people. Everybody kept saying they're not going to deliver. They're not going to deliver. They're not going to deliver. Lo and behold, they did. Then we had to have somebody come in and convert the gas to propane. And I had been calling and talking to them. And as of yesterday morning, they said, oh, no, not going to happen. Number one, they're not going to deliver. And number two, we're not going to show up until it's at the property. I called them when they landed here with the oven immediately to give them time. And the answer was, oh, it'll be 2 days. My husband wasn't happy because we had been talking to them. But, I was being told we're put on the list. So anyways, he got upset. And he wasn't on the phone, but I have a feeling we've worked with the owner for a long time on propane. So I think, and he's a Christian, so I think he politely pushed us up the list. So the gentleman came out and he converted the stove. And it was quite a long process. My husband thought it would be super fast, and it was not. Then after that, because we had moved everything out off the island and on a lot of the counters. So after the first group, I noticed that they, when they get tired, they'll lean all over the counter. The one place where I had left something on the counter, they leaned all over it. And I thought, oh gosh, with all this illness, we need to be careful. So I went back through, scoured everything, cleaned everything, and then went and got bath towels and draped it all over everything. So, and the second gentleman showed up, and whether you agree or disagree, that's okay. I have serious autoimmune, but he showed up without a mask. So, and I just kept asking my husband, where the mask? Where the mask? Well, they were way out in the pasture in his truck, and so we just didn't get it. But and he was the nicest man, Christian man, and he just apologized. And it was like my husband said, "No, honey, you just go on the other side of the room, other side of the house." I mean, and so we then began to, proceed to clean and do all that. Then, as we had everything off the island, and I have been a clutter bug on the island, which we're going to be changing. My daughter and I were just talking about it. I looked at him and I said, it's really too bad we just didn't have the countertop so we could just switch this out. So he looked at me and he said, this countertop is terrible because it was damaged, all kinds of stuff. So he said, why don't I run over to Lowe's or Home Depot and see if I can't just pick up, one out of their clearance or something. I said, yeah, because I want a pecan wood counter. And he wants it. And so, but he couldn't remember where the man was that he had purchased from previously. So come to find out, they have nothing for islands. You have to buy the Formica top, fit it onto your own wood, and go from there. And my husband said for that much work and for the cost is so much more, because they mainly have counters that go up against a wall with a backsplash. He said, how about I just go get the wood? And I said, okay. So he and my daughter went and looked for the wood, and they were closed. But he did talk to the man. So, needless to say, all of the kitchen is all over the dining room, a little bit in here. I feel like, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, but we're getting there. I made bread last night. It didn't proof or raise until very late at night. It was too cold. And so, or it didn't rise is what I should say. It did proof, but it didn't rise. So it was just like, oh my goodness gracious. And so then when I finally took the cling wrap off, it stuck to the bread, which I had sprayed the bread, so you should never have done it, but it had just been there so long. So anyways, and I was not going to quit at 1 o'clock after all that waiting. So I went ahead, stayed up at 2 o'clock. It was finally cooked. I let it try to re-rise. Ugliest bread I've ever made, but it tasted so good. And yes, at 2 a.m., I was eating homemade bread with butter. Yes, I was. I'm sorry. It was my treat. The house smelled amazing. And even my daughter said this morning, yeah, the house smelled so good. I was like, yes. So I will get back to my regular routine of cleaning, but I can still keep like organizing and things like that. I had to go to a town nearby. So I ended up Thursdays are, I believe, Fly Ladies errand day. So what I do is I just flip my errand day. So today I had to go into San Marcos. I had to go to drop off Goodwill, drop off recycling, and you have to sort it yourself. And then since I had some extra bonus stuff, I called my husband and said, "Do you want a latte?" My daughter, yeah. So I went and picked up everybody a drink. And by the way, I know this is a rabbit, but hang with me. I tried the pistachio latte. Oh my goodness gracious. It has browned butter in it. So what it basically tastes like is a hot butterscotch latte. It's what it tasted to me. Maybe there's a pistachio taste in there. I don't know. I love pistachios. But it was insanely good. Now I got the tiniest one and I didn't think I could finish it. It was so sweet. So if I ever get it again, I just tried it and the man gave it to me for free because I thought I could use something today and I couldn't, and he was being very sweet. And so, I was just like, "Oh, that's so nice of you." And because he was like, "Is there anything you've ever wanted to try?" And I said, "Well, the pistachio, I was just reading about it. I've never heard of it." And so he goes, "Oh yeah, you're gonna love that one." He was so sweet. So I did. It was really good, but the only way I'd ever get it again is with less sugar. I cannot take that. I'm sorry, my sound is on. I apologize. Anyways, so go try it if you like it. To me, again, because it has browned butter, it tasted very butterscotchy. But oh my god, I kept thinking I'm not going to finish it. I finished it. Oh, it's a 30-minute drive. Yeah, I finished it. Okay, so this is a book or a planner from Organize 365. I had signed up for this when my parents passed, and I just didn't have time to do it. And it's about a Sunday basket and I don't think I'm going to get to have access to any of the videos. I do have the 1, 2, 3, 4 month planner. So I'm going to be looking at this and trying to glean some information. And in March, April, that's when I'll go through all of Jordan Page's boot camps, and then I'll glean information from that. But in the meantime, so I'll glean here. Of course, I'll apply here. Let me get this out of the way because voila. So here is my She's in Her Apron 2022 Progress Over Perfection calendar. Again, I did receive the 2nd and the 3rd, so I'm totally fine. It was a total boo-boo, not their fault. It was a shipping error, and they have just been beyond kind. I am super excited about this. I know I've walked you through it once, but I'm going to go through it again and tell you how I'm thinking now I want to implement it. So She's in Her Apron, and then it's by Kimmy Hughes. And then we have Year at a Glance 2022. And again, this is only 4 months, but this front is something I love. So, of course, you have the Year at a Glance where you can list, the 4 months at a glance plus some extra space to write. You could write birthdays, anniversaries. You can put anything you want in there, okay? You don't have to put birthdays and anniversaries. I need that help, but if you don't, it's totally fine. I love this. So she is really into Fly Lady, or has been. It seems like she still is. So she set up her zones like this, and she suggested, so entrance, kitchen, bath. Zone 3 is bath and laundry. Zone 4, bedroom. Zone 5, family rooms. And then zone 6. So for zone 6 for me, it would be either basement when we get to the point where we're cleaning out the basement, or really what it would be is the craft cottage. And that's a huge project, or garden. That's a huge project. So I really almost feel like I have 7 zones, because once the garden's up, to me, that's about my home. And I need to, whether it's picking or planting or preserving or, whatever, I need to make sure that I'm paying attention to that. So love this. You can also, within it, she has little scanner places where it'll take you scan it with your phone, it'll take you to YouTube to see the video where she talks about this. So, yeah, she's really cute, really sweet, and I'm really glad this got here. The only thing I would say is I wish the print were a little darker. I'm older, my eyes are getting not as good, and guys, I was wearing glasses in kindergarten, and I would get glasses 2-3 times a year. My eyesight is crazy bad. So that tells you it's a me thing. But I do wish it were darker. For me, I do. All right. The other thing that she puts in here that I think is huge, I want my kids to have this. So for their home, so you have a spring, what you need to do in the spring, outside, inside, car, other. And you have the same thing for summer, fall, and winter. So for winter, let me give you one of the outside things. Tighten loose handles and knobs. Well, that could be inside too. How smart is that? Check door and window locks, replace where necessary, switch ceiling fans to turn clockwise, remove screens and add storm windows, on and on. How brilliant is that? Inside, change air filters, change batteries and detectors, test smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, on and on. And then car, check batteries, windshield fluid reservoir, motor oil, emergency kits. I would also put winterize. It says heavy winter mats, but I think maybe they winterize in the fall. The car fluids. It may be here, and I'm just not seeing it right now. But I know that's a big deal, especially if you're in a cold climate. We don't have that down here. Nah. So anyways, but this is such a great, and then she gives you space to add to every list. So, and you just check it off as you do it. Excellent. Another thing that we just did is a massive master freezer inventory, and it goes food item, available, unavailable, expiration. How brilliant is that? We didn't do expiration, but we did do that. And so you have, and then this page and that page, which I would definitely use those. And then you're in January, so you have a monthly. Then you have a very interesting, I don't understand completely the thought on this, except for that she does explain it. In that I don't know how I would use it, but you break it apart. And so it's each week broken apart. I don't know if that's just a visual thing or if she's putting specifically something on this. So you might use your overall calendar for everything, but maybe you have one thing that you really want to focus on in this calendar. Maybe that gets its own special monthly. I'm not sure. And then she has a place to list and list. So one good thing about hers is she lets you decide how you want to list. Now, she has a budget section, and at first when I saw this, I thought, no, I'm going to do Jordan Page. And I decided, no, you know what? I'm going to start here. This is really small bites. And I think that this would help me kind of get in the routine of it. And then she gives you some blank pages, some additional, type boxing. And just when you are keeping records, financial records, sometimes you just need categories, like, I don't know, let me think. Groceries, and then break it down each week, or and then I don't know. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, I'm just blanking out. Spending. We have a spending account, so we have a grocery account and a spending account. We do ours by separate accounts with separate debit cards. I put X amount of money in each paycheck, and that's how we do it. So that's how that would work for me. And then shop your shelves. So this is your freezer inventory, maybe of the things you want to use this month, fridge inventory, freezer meals, pantry inventory. And then last, on this part, it gives you the menu planning, meal ideas, and this detaches, and it's a shopping list, or I guess you can cut it. It doesn't, is it perforated? No, I think you just have to cut it with your scissors. But she literally lists out her month's worth of food and our meals, so that when she comes home, or even like the night before, she can pull it out, put it in the fridge if it's in the freezer, and then have that readily available. And then you have lots of room for notes. And then you have master to-do list, and then it breaks down. So you may want to break down in your zones what you want to accomplish, and then you have your first week. And again, you have more expenses for the first week, to-dos and brain dumps, zone, focus, what you're working on, your days of the week, a menu, and then just your what's going on that week. And it just goes like that every week. And then when we get to the end of the month, let's see here, then there's just blank pages to write, and then more categories to set up. Like for next month, I may want to focus this in this area, this in this area, and this in this area, and this in this area. So amazingly fun, amazing, right? Okay. So this is what I'm going to start with tonight. You know what I'll be doing, right? Okay. So I just ordered this cookbook. I was always a huge fan of the American Test Kitchen on PBS. I love it when I have the gentleman on it forever, and now these two ladies do it, and they're just as charming. So I saw this cookbook, and there was a gal on YouTube that said, this is like taking a cooking class. And I thought, that would help, because we were vegetarian, vegan for so long that coming back into cooking regular meals, I'm kind of struggling a little bit. So I grabbed this off of Amazon, and my husband gave me the, Joanna and Chip Gaines Magnolia Cookbook for Christmas. So those two books will be here with us tonight. I'm going to be planning out my meals. I want to try new things, learn new things. I know, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I want to. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, friends, I hope I'll come back and plan with you here. I'm not going to decorate a whole lot because this is a very functional planner, but I'll be putting some fun on it. And it does come with some light stickers as well. All right, friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you're doing this year. Are you using like an all-in-one household planner? Tell me what you're doing. And are you trying anything new cooking-wise? I would love to hear. Share recipes, send links. I'm willing to try all kinds of things as long as it's not like crazy spicy or yeah, I'm really pretty basic. So you know what I mean? If you have your favorite recipe, bread recipe, whatever, send it to me. I'd love to see it. And yeah, so I can't wait to see what you guys are doing. All right, friends, I pray your day's blessed, creative, and lovely. Again, like I just said, like, subscribe, leave that comment, and encourage each other. I just got into my laptop, just started getting into the comments, so they're going to get posted by week's end, so hopefully by Sunday. And yeah, all right, friends, I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all take care. Love ya. Bye-bye.